Hi guys, Mr. Bennett here. Now this is our second video on reflections. Now if you're reflecting in the nice lines, then we've just done that bit here. What happens if it's not a line like y equals x or the x-axis or y-axis? How about if it's a line like y equals 4x? Well, we've got some theory here that will help us work out what the reflection's going to be. Alright, so the reflection in the mirror line, the line y equals tan of x. So the tan of theta, or tan of alpha, x is the transformation line that we're looking at. So we're saying the slope of the line is equal to m, is equal to tan alpha. And so therefore we can work out what our cosine, our sine and our tan is based on this information. Right? And that will allow us to work out our matrix E for reflecting. Right? So let's do an example of that. Right, let's have a go. It's best to have a go. Right, so let's say we're going to draw a line, and our translation line, should put arrows on there. Right, here's the line y equals, that's the line there, y equals 4x. Right, what we're saying is m is equal to tan of alpha. So therefore, we know that tan of alpha equals 4. Right? So does that make sense? All right. So what we're going to work out our values of cosine and sine. So what we could say is, we'll go back to a black pen. So cosine of 2 alpha is equal to 1 take 4 squared all over 1 plus 4 squared. So if I did that, we know 4 squared is equal to 16. So 1 take 16 is going to be minus 16. 1 take minus 6 is going to be minus 15. All over 1 plus 16 is over 17. Right, so that's what my cosine is. If I work out what my sine of theta is, sine of 2 theta, alpha, I should say, that's going to be 2 times by m, so it's 2 times by 4, all over 1 plus 4 squared, so that's going to give me 8 all on 17. Right. Now we know that tan of 2 alpha, giving me a thing up here, that's equal to 2m over 1 take m, so that's going to be simply 2m, which is 2 times 4, all over 1 take 4 squared, so that's going to give me 8 on minus 15. So they're my values there if I need to use that. Alright, so if I'm thinking of my matrix E, which I'm going to translate, remember it's cosine 2 alpha, so cosine of 2 alpha was equal to minus 15 on 17. Alright, that's going to become 15 on 17 over here. Sine alpha was 8 on 17. 8 on 17. Alright, so if we're thinking of a point that we're going to translate or reflect in that particular line. Now I could do it with x's and y's. Let's think of a number though. Let's think of a point reflecting in that line. So if I had the line, the point 2, 1 put into that line there, then what am I going to get as my answer? So therefore, if I'm going to do that multiplication, so 2 times 15 is going to be minus 30 on 17. 1 times 8 is going to be plus 8 on 17. My next point is going to be 8 times 2 is 16 on 17. And 15 times 1 is plus 15 on 17. So my final answer there is going to be in fact equal to minus 22 on 17 and 31 on 17. Right, so let's have a sketch of what that would look like. Okay, I've got my line here, that's my x-axis, that's my y-axis. I've got my line here, it's fairly steep. Okay, that's y equals 4x. I've got a point over here, which is, say, 2, 1. Now, for thinking of that point there, it's just over 1, 17, 22 on 17, is, so it's negative 1, goes this way. And then it goes up, so that's not quite 2, but it's not far from 2. All right, so that point there is in fact minus 22 on 17 and 31 on 17. So what I've been able to do is I've been able to reflect that in that line based on that information that I've got. All right, so hopefully this helps, and that's a pretty messy one, so I don't imagine them being too much harder than that. Sometimes they'll get you to work backwards. All right, so they'll give you where it's been reflected, and then they'll try and work out what's the line of reflection. So you have to work back and try and find your M value. All right, so hope this helps. Again, it sort of relates back to the original equation, okay, which is this one here. So every reflection is based on this formula there. All right, so keep that in mind, have that on your formula sheet, and we'll work through from there. If you've got any questions, please make sure you ask.